Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome back. If you're here from the future, hope the future is well, and so are you. Thank you all for watching. Today, we are back in Kolvad, checking in on the local legend. She has 12 days left in prison. She will be out and terrorizing our capital city in no time. Now, we're hoping that she'll use that spear on the enemy. We're not entirely sure she'll use that spear on the enemy. We will just have to see here. Yes, 12 in-game days left before she is out of prison, and she's supposed to be training all the time. So one would hope that that would help with her rage problem. But we'll just have to see. Last time it didn't. See, we did finally manage to seal off this area. We reinforced this with iron. We haven't sealed this up. That could probably use sealing up. I'm gonna dig it out in kind of a specific way so that I know that that's where I want the blocks, just because we haven't replaced all of the floor with stone there. That will also be something we're doing. They probably want a bookshelf in here. If they're leaving books. Do we have any spares? Nope. We'll have to have some made. Again, we have an excess of meat, but they're at least starting to make stuff with it. Hello, hello, Clicky. Good morning, everybody. It's morning for me. Morning is when you wake up. My cat is still in bed right now, and it's one of those kind of chilly days where I'm jealous of her. Just a little bit. But also, can't really complain. I'm up playing video games. See, we're starting to have space issues out here. I'm slaughtering all these animals for very good reason. The butchers are getting some work in. We're gonna have a lot of prepared food to sell next time a trader that won't get pissed off at that comes by. We definitely cannot trade food to the elves. We're at 265 written objects. Oh no. The Weaver went insane. He was the one that it was taking up the clothier's shop. I don't know how to say that. Clothier? 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 Clothier. Dude who makes clothes. Yes, we needed to seal this in as well. I think I was doing reinforced there. Reinforced wool. The animals are going to not want to let me, it looks like. But they're just gonna have to deal with it. They need a safe barn. Not that all of them fit in it currently. Saving some of the animals is better than saving none of the animals, though. We've always got indoor birds as well. See, I don't know why they even wanted a mining guild hall. What are they gonna do in there? They're just gonna talk about digging. Blocks. Block. Give me the blocks. I don't think we're going to have enough. Once again. We might just. We've got some dirt walls in here that I'm starting to eye as well. The ones right at the front are probably the ones I worry about the most. Just because if they do start trying to dig their way in, certain areas are riskier looking. I don't like this area much either, to be honest. Just because it's like all sand and dirt. This is kind of sealed off, but again, they can just dig right around that door. But also, this clay here, it's actually, it's our clay collection area. So we're gonna want to basically encase it in stone if we want to keep our clay collection area. Again, much less in the way of shells versus bones. The bone craft eternally just going. There's not many preparations that can even be made for the local legend. This guy's ability to stand has been lost. How recently? Upper spine nervous tissue. We know who's responsible for this. Lower spine nervous tissue cut apart. 111. We're in the year 112. It's just his neck that's scarred. His upper spine is bruised, though, still. Incredibly tough, incredibly quick to heal. It says he's quick to heal, but we're in late winter of 112, and he still hasn't healed from that. I think I'm gonna take him out of his squad. He cannot walk right now. I don't think he should be in a squad. Like, if he can walk again in the future, then he can be in a squad. Sorry to do that, bro. Like, it's sort of a, when you can walk, you can be in a military squad. The gates of clashing. Feels bad, man. Just replace him with a random shearer. No, what is his... He's hauling things right now. I don't think he should be hauling things. Let's put him in the library. It's where he's gonna get the most done, and his last name is Polish Books. I'll make it so that he can do tasks other places, because it looked like he was like a furnace operator or something like that. He can go and melt stuff if he wants to. No, I feel like if they literally can't walk, you know, like if they're paralyzed because their spine has been violated. That's the only word I can think of for it. Their spine has been violated by this woman right here. I was confined. The humiliation. Frustrated after being unable to practice a craft for too long. Still angry, dwelling upon killing somebody. She gets angry whenever she thinks about it. Like, she's still mad about the argument that happened over. Oh, she's got some social skills, too. Well, it depends on your definition of social skills. Adept intimidator, skilled persuader, dabbling negotiator, dabbling judge of intent. All the rest of it dabbling. Dabbling crutch walker. Spent a little bit of time using crutches. How long does she have? It can't be long now. 1 day left. 1 day. This is her last day in prison. Actually a little bit worried about this. Just a bit. Another cat adopted the cat whisperer. What a surprise. I wonder, does the cat name itself, or does the person who the cat adopts name the cat? Is there dwarvish names? It looks like the dwarves are naming the cats. But I don't know. This kid is outside playing. Who are you? He's impervious to the effects of stress. After being forced to drink vomit in 109. Poor dude. That bee sickness did a number on the population. It was either the bee sickness incident or, again, the local legend. Karen! I am so happy to see you back. Welcome back. It's been a minute. How have you been? You were on a forced trip. Oh no. Like a work trip, or a like you must have fun and rest. This kid who's hanging out in the dungeon actually seems pretty chill. Except he has a greedy streak. Dwarves still get attached to their steel tools. Stubborn. Kinda like a work trip. Okay. You're a digital nomad, and every now and then you have to travel to get documents sorted. Fair. Digital nomad, that's a fun term. That does sound like a pain. Like, it's convenient until it's not, What happened to it? See, I wonder if they're just letting the pets wander around. But the pets are grazers, so... supposed to be getting out soon. Oh no. When you arrived back to where you live during your flight, an important person passed away and they blocked all traffic. So you walked from the airport at 4 a.m. for 3 hours. That sounds horrible. What were they expecting people to do? Just like sleep at the airport? That's pretty ridiculous. Well, welcome home. I hope you get some good rest. A 3-hour walk, though. I do not like walks. That sounds like a horrible time to me. Especially if you have like luggage or something like that you had to carry. That would be so rough. That's like the kind of thing that happens to movie protagonists when just to represent a horrible, terrible by chance day. It says no sentence pending. The iron chain is damaged. She's been trying to break it. They haven't let her out yet. Wonder if it's the glitch again. That, or if the captain of the guard is away, it looks like. Yeah, the blockaded rights. I need to stop sending them away. I think they're in the first 4 or the first 8. Thankfully you traveled light, but you have seen families walk in the opposite direction with like 2 suitcases each. Clearly they had a flight and no other way to get to the airport because blocked. Yeah. Yikes, dude. Like, as far as I understand, traffic around airports is bad to begin with. Let alone something happens like that. Not done yet. I'm trying to remember when I sent these guys out. Can we have them come back? They're probably going to be traveling for a minute, but... Wheel sounds doing pretty good. The biggest threat to wheel sound right now is actually the local legend. The queen is living, but the king consort was killed by the local legend, and the queen was at one point injured by her as well. The local legend reached adulthood, and basically her first act was to kill somebody in the barracks. The cat room is kind of thriving. The cats are still escaping occasionally, but it's kind of what they do. That is kind of just what they do. See, like, there's one running around right now. But at least it contains a lot of them to the point where down here, no dead cave spiders? Yeah, no dead cave spiders. What's the local legend? Do we have a Robin Hood situation? Well, the local legend is one of the dwarves that we were looking at before as a very angry dwarf. Like, I think how we knew her at first is she was a child who was in a constant state of internal rage. But she has since developed into a formidable fighter. And imagine what that room smells like. The cats and the pigs together. Oof. There's a reason nobody goes in there except the dwarves that love cats the most. But yeah, this local legend. She's a legendary fighter, she's a legendary striker, she's a proficient wrestler, skilled observer, adequate thrower, adequate archer, adequate kicker, dabbling shield user, armor user, dabbling in discipline, and dabbling in dodging. She has been a legendary fighter since she was like 15, 16 years old. She started throwing these legendary tantrums where she would start bar fights. She's already got a few kills. She's got 14 kills. Not all of them on dwarves. Not all of them on dwarves. One of her first kills was a cougar. Yep. Yeah, she killed somebody's pet cougar. The moist distinction. Yeah, the game gave that nickname on its own. Like, her last name is Glazdring. That's what her last name means. The Godethel part, I think that is. We've added local legend and Charles Bronson. But the game in itself added titles as well. Oh yeah, what a queen! She's vying for that position. She genuinely is. She made an attempt on the queen's life. The thing that happened to the king consort, she punched the king consort's rib cage through his heart. And bro, Glazdring, the moist distinction. No. Yeah, that's a pretty weird name. Like, no wonder she is so violent. Now, the best I can figure, the reason that she's so angry all of the time, I'm pretty sure it's because her mother died early on in like 105 in a fight against the goblins when they were raiding. Let's see, I can find her too. She was a lasher. There she is, Olin. This is her mom. This is one of the first tombs that we set up. So her mother died when she was still pretty young. Oh boy, it's an elven caravan. People becoming scholars still. Students of scholars. Our library is actually thriving, though. We've got 268 written objects. Yeah, I think if I do short form content, something that I'd like to do a video of is the story of Colette, a local legend here. She has been through some crazy stuff. Really want to know what's going on. Okay, so Captain of the Guard should be coming back. Hey, people want to stay for study. I am happy with that. We love the scholars here. Oh. Yeah, the local legend and needs to be let out. Otherwise, she will break her way out. She's already actually done damage to this chain. Kid's playing make-believe in the doorway. He is not scared. We captured her. Well, yeah. The funny thing is, part of why she was able to get so good at fighting, using the methods that she was using, is because as a kid, nobody could actually imprison her. Like, apparently that's just not a thing the dwarves do. They do not persecute children. they don't prosecute. They will not send children to jail, no matter how many people they kill. So yeah, she kind of just kept rampaging. Apparently that's part of the process that makes a dwarf. Like, it's accepted enough that the tantrums are part of their life. The dwarves do not hold the children accountable. Nothing would happen to her every time. We'd be like, okay, yes, confirmed it was her. Yeah. She cheesed the game system, Galaxy Brain. Absolutely. Yeah, she was actually a bigger threat to us than the goblins for a good while there. Where did we get that earring? Strange. Okay, do not bring them the bones. The elves will just get pissed off. Yeah, hopefully her rampage will actually be harnessable. Like, the plan is we're not banishing her. That's basically just not gonna happen. I want to unleash her on the goblins, because clearly she has a vendetta. Like, she's been training, she has been preparing for the day that she can unleash her rage on the goblins. This is my guess. Oh, I still had everybody hauling things. We're gonna have to change that after trading. Also, a trained fighter among hordes of dwarves who bite ankles as a tactic is too valuable. Yeah, she is literally a legendary fighter. I'd rather have her as a friend than an enemy, you know? I forgot F3 is to the cat room. Oh, the queen has a kid. With the animal caretaker? Okay, the queen's kind of a hoe. I mean, King Consort died. I guess she's been having fun. I forget how long has it been. Is she the angriest dwarf? I think she is. She might just be the angriest dwarf. Why is this guy mad? I must practice the fighting arts. It's boring. He just wants to fight. Alright. easily moved to mercy. No sense of vengeance or retribution. He dislikes helping others. He prefers to be alone. He's not a private person and freely shares details of his life. He tends to be swayed by the emotions of others. This guy does not sound like somebody that should be in a squad. But he really wants to. Unfocused after being unable to fight. Unfocused after not learning anything. Why are you not learning anything? Limmel. Limmel, huh? Limmel. Limmel. I will find you, Limmel. Hey, he's an adequate reader. I think there was somebody else that I hadn't seen there too. Cog. Go on then, Cog. Yeah, the place is pretty good. The population, right now it's a little bit lower than it actually is because we've got some people off attacking the goblins. Knocking down those places. But also, we have a little bit of a animal population problem. So I made a little expansion to the butcher area. And also, we have a little dwarf only tab. Well, it's not dwarf only, but it's Kolvad resident only. Only residents and long-term, like citizens and long-term residents. That's how it lists it. So you have to have been staying here for a while to get into that special tavern that basically only serves meat. And that's for no particular reason other than the location. It's right next to all of our crafting. So if they wanted to get in and steal an artifact that we just made or something like that, that would be quite inconvenient for us. Hey, we're actually making milk of lime. We may end up making some parchment after all. How much do we need? Don't know what a parchment producing body part is necessarily. We've got lots of weird stuff here. Okay. Okay. Pressed materials? No. Mist liquid? There we are. Lion milk of lime. I would like to keep them there. Winded. Okay, this guy's got a lung issue. He's not in a squad though, so that's fine. Gonna send our broker over there and make sure that not everybody is hauling things constantly. We remembered. We've caught quite a few troglodytes, and a few of them gave birth. That's another strange development there. Merchants have a stray river otter. I mean, I might buy the river otter off of them. That is a strange, an unusual thing. What does he want? Oh, he's making something. He's making something. He doesn't need anything. We've had the last few people that got possessed kind of went insane because they wanted things that it looked like we already had, but apparently we didn't. We're breeding bears. We've got a few of them now. The black bears we can't train. But the grizzly bears, we can train them for war. So I'd like a few of them. Who brought a corkscrew into the barracks? Are we wanting to make siege tools? Just doing some experiments. Maybe somebody was thinking about using that as their weapon. We'll buy some logs off of them. We do not need instruments this time. I do want the river otter. That's so weird. I like that. I'm really trying not to buy more animals. I really like buying the animals. Which we have so many. So many. We can't really buy the clothes from them. Like, we can, but we won't be able to wear them. Buy some stuff for making booze out of. Actually, the elves are small enough, aren't they? They just make really uncomfortable sounding clothes. I don't think I would want pine leggings or plum wood. We'll grab a skirt though. And a loincloth. There we go. They're still happy with it. We're happy with it. We're all good. We're all good. It'd be nice if I could tell them, like, okay, I'm not interested in anything else. You can go. Just head along on your way. Keeping them in the same fort as the local legend who's about to get out of prison is not the best idea. It's interesting seeing the barn from above like that. You can see the bridge hanging out there. I don't think these honey badgers are gonna work out. Yeah. River otter there. I feel like we should be able to train the river otters as well. Just have a whole horde of them. Gotta remember to not send out the captain of the guard squad. 'Cause it has been a pain in the butt several times not having them around. But also, they need a squad. It's like the city guard, I guess. I just need to give them orders. Maybe I need to have them doing stuff. Hematite earring, that's what they were making. She claims it as a family heirloom. In that case, on Get Moral. Let's give that to you then. If I can find it. Alright, here they are. Where's their room? They don't have a room. Just a little reminder to keep working on the bedrooms, I suppose. Oh yeah, the lair where all the bedrooms are has expanded quite a bit. Not everybody has a dresser though. Not everybody has walls currently either. It's a little bit awkward. Several construction projects in progress in the fort currently. No, I don't want to give them glass walls. Just a little dwarven aquarium. Okay, we're still making steel. That is happening. Alright, yeah, I did do work orders for that. Where did we get adamantine? What? Excuse me? Strange. Maybe we bought some. Maybe I'm misremembering what it is, because I was fairly sure that was something that we'd have to dig into a specific area for. Almost concerning if we just randomly have some. Alright, did they actually finish the barn? Yes, okay. Yeah, we still have the predicament of several animals are going to get squashed if we ever have to close that barn door. But let's just hope we don't. The queen was making soap. Queen kind of just does what she wants. Wanders around doing whatever she wants every day. But also always being available for any random citizen to cry on or yell at. Oh. Lonely after being away from friends too long. Rigoth, they're missing. Who is Rigoth? Wow, this one has a big family. Wow. I do not know, and I don't care that much to look through all that. Their family definitely isn't all in this city. That's why they don't have a portrait. Oh, look at the cats being taken back to the cat room. The airlock doesn't seem to have made all that much of a difference. A baby capybara in the library. Because why not? I guess that's about the cutest oddity that I've seen so far in this fort. We're starting to build up a bunch of food there. Which whenever somebody we can trade it to shows up, will be great. Oh, I needed a bit of a relaxing game today. As much as I enjoy games like I have been playing, I don't know. I just feel exhausted. I can't explain it. You know? Life wears on one. Last staircase? Why not? I don't know what happened to the staircase the last time that there isn't one there. Well, let's make sure that the staircase goes all the way up. Is the child taunting you? Angry, dwelling upon killing somebody. Kid is playing with a boat. Why are you down here, kid? Where is your parents? Just blissfully unaware. What has he got? He's got like a belt. Wow, this guy has a lot of jewelry. Okay. Yeah, she's just blinged out. She's got like a belt as part of her design. I don't know what's going on there, but she... that is a stylish dwarf. Cancel starting fist fight. Target inaccessible. She can't reach. Why is the cat put itself in jail? It is kind of ridiculous, the kinds of things that happen in this game. Even on the, like, small and harmless level. Cat jailed itself. Looks like even if they have a pick because of mining, they don't always use that as their weapon. Still enough animals down there that they're randomly fighting each other. Not great for them. Considering we just don't have a vet. It's just not a thing that dwarves do. We're starting to build up some rendered fat, though. That will be good for soaps and things. Let's see, are they back yet? Feels like it's taking forever for them to get back. They should just be a few days away. I feel like I'm just waiting on them. Oh, I could just remove the chain. Anybody could do that. She's nearly done it herself. Is she still throwing a tantrum? I think she's calmed down. Gonna have someone release her. I just want to know. I gotta know what happens. Some migrants have arrived despite the danger. I mean, yeah, we are pretty surrounded by goblins. Have not dug any of these in a while, and when we need them, we tend to need a few of them. Just a feeling I've got. Like something's about to happen. We gotta make sure that it's not the broken chain now. Yeah, that thing is beat up. Where is she? She's picking up equipment. And angry, dwelling upon killing somebody. She's filling her water skin. Still picking up equipment. Just getting ready to be a squad leader. She's kind of having to go everywhere to do this. It's like, does she have to, or is she just doing this? Like, she has a wool glove and a leather glove. She's layering them. How cold is it? We get that it's mid-spring, but not much else. She's going to a dodging demonstration. She is actually doing things. Yeah! Alright. Alright, she managed to do this without starting a fist fight. That's better than she did last time. We've got a human prophet visiting. Grizzly bear cubs? More grizzlies. Doesn't actually show that the grizzly bears know each other. It's kind of annoying. I would like to see that. Oh, that one's making a run for it. Afraid after experiencing trauma. I wonder what the little guy went through. He's going down to the tombs. He just wants to explore. Okay, they're kind of cute. I like the shape of them. Yeah. The way they zip around. Feels like all of the yarn just laying around like that is kind of new. I wonder what there is to that. Maybe something wasn't working before that is now. Could just be the hauling. A lot of people were on hauling when they weren't. We've got a bunch of broken clothes here. That is mostly what they're using that extra stockpile for. I'm curious how long it's gonna take the local legend to like get good with their weapons. They were doing hand-to-hand combat pretty much exclusively as a kid. Like, proficient wrestler. Yeah, some of my friends are playing a game, and I'm thinking if they had better microphones, I might ask them if they'd want to play together while I stream. But I'm very conscious of, like, if the audio quality is really different than mine, then it can be kind of jarring. They're weaving the yarn into cloth. They're doing the things. His ankle. See, it looked like he was doing that thing where he was going back and forth between being winded and not. Yeah, remembering, mastering observation. Okay, so they get happy just remembering mastering skills. I mean, fair. We should probably all do that more. But it's hard to tell when you've actually mastered a skill. See, the people in the library, they're all very interested. Interested after learning about the embryological development of creatures. Classification of combustible materials. The process of surveying the land. We have some knowledgeable dwarves. We finally got some clay stuff made. Are we able to harvest our honey now? See, I think the last time I checked, these were ready to be split and just hadn't been. But now they're not ready to be split, which I think should mean that they were harvested. Just gonna see and make sure that we're not using stuff that we shouldn't be for cooking. Doesn't look like it. So is it just meat that's here? It isn't. Looks like we are cooking with the tallow and the eggs. And the milk, the royal jelly. The royal jelly looks exactly like the milk. Yeah, I'm not seeing any honey. Hopefully they're making mead out of that. I'm not seeing honey containing items though. Some of it right now is just letting it run, and I'm contemplating what projects should I have them working on. So right now, one thing is I kind of want to drain out the well. I want to do the design for that. I'm making it so that we can empty the well if we need to. Man, I'm having one of those days where I'm very distracted by in real life stuff, like actually having trouble thinking of stuff to do. I played this because I'm like, I just need something that I can kind of lean back and play. Just not feeling the best today, but I'm gonna push through. There is stuff we can do here. We've nearly got the well empty. So this is something that we can kind of work on. Now we're probably going to dig into an aquifer digging over here, so I only want to make it one wide so that we can just plop a door in there. But once we dig through the aquifer, it will probably be a wide enough space that we could kind of just dump the well into it if we wanted to. But I have kind of a different plan here, actually. I wanted to go down a level. So I want to make it so that we can... Well, basically this is going to be a false bottom. Wait. If we do on this floor, we could maybe do it as a bridge. Pretty sure there is something that we should be able to use. Floodgate. But that's like, if I was to put this here, that would work. Not up or down. In that case, I could do a floodgate like here. Don't want to dig all the way through because it's gonna dump the water when I do. But we could do a floodgate here that opens and dumps down into a receptacle where it can kind of spread out. We could try to pump it back up into here. I feel like our best bet is to just make it a big enough space that it can kind of just disperse. And we're gonna have to dig out a big old section anyway. It would be kind of funny to make another well out of it. Just have a chain of wells. But this is more just in case we need to empty the well, in case somebody falls down in there so that we don't have a rotting body in the well or something like that. Not that that happened at any point. Ha ha ha. Not in this reality. Alright, I'm gonna have them dig nearly over to there. Want them to put a door down here. I feel like I'm going to have different iterations of this whole design because this is the first time I'm trying it, so I'm kind of doing it in a weird way. But these things tend to get nicer as they go along. I also kind of just haven't looked up if anybody's done this before. It's generally worth checking to see if anybody's done the project that you're working on. But also, I kind of like trying to figure out how to do it myself, just to see how different is my design than how other people end up doing it. Sometimes my design kind of just fits the situation better, but it's not necessarily a better design, you know? It's just, there's several ways to do things in this. She's learning about dodging. I find it interesting that this is one of the first things that she really hones in on. Because I did notice it as a bit of a weakness of hers. Ooh. How would one learn dodging? That's a good question. I guess they're like picking up tips and stuff like that from the people teaching it. And she's probably just practicing. She feels interested after learning about dodging. She didn't feel anything after teaching wrestling, though. She is improving her dodging. Has she learned anything with her weapon? Oh, woohoo. Thank you, Clicky. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. You're certainly going to be motivated to dodge a ball. If you've been practicing dodging wrenches. Woohoo! Oh, Clicky's awesome. Look at that hype train. Let's go. Dabbling schemer. She's a dabbling spirit of. Okay. She's a dabbling biter, too. They're teaching her how to bite. Watching respectfully. It is very funny seeing the title doors, the multiple titles on the local legend in the sparring thing. You can tell when she's going. Well's nearly empty. And there's the aquifer. Right around it. She's gonna end up digging through it. Downside of only getting paid once a month. You're way too childish to be trusted with that much responsibility. On the other hand, you do what you want. It is important to live one's life in a way that they enjoy, right? Like, can we really disagree there? But also, be responsible. I do want to continue seeing you in the streams. The well is still operational. They can reach all the way down there. That is actually helpful. I wasn't sure that they could. No, don't make a mess of things. Alright, we'll have to put another door in here just to make sure it doesn't flood. Someone get done making doors. I have a feeling that glass doors is not the best idea. Like, they're not gonna be very secure, are they? You're dead. Oh no, we have slain Clicky. Kind of proud of myself. I made Clicky laugh though. Does this mean your H key is fixed? I mean, you're using the H key lots, it looks like. Is it still Clicky? Yes. Well, it's not fixed in the sense that it's not clicky, but was it ever broken just because it's clicky to begin with? See, I could dig out the aquifer, but also do I really want to, or do I just want to leave it so that there's a leak in the captain of the guard's office? Nah, I'll put in a little bit of effort to clear the aquifer, at least directly above their office. There has just been a leak in their bedroom and dining room forever. It's dripping down through the dirt pocket here. Silt loam. The click has a different noise than the G or the J, and you don't like it. I mean, well, I guess it depends on what's causing the difference in click, how to fix that, yeah. That's a toughie. The Coolette, Charles Bronson, local legend. Yeah. Yeah, she is spying, huh? There's the music. That's what I needed. It just makes my brain happy. decent sized aquifer. It's kind of interesting too, because there was one like over here roughly. Yeah, this kind of area. There's been several aquifers in this mountain, basically. This one ending up right beneath where I put the well. I don't know what to make of that other than I guess it's also near the river, kind of. Kind of. To underneath and to the side. It's fair enough, but also... I do kind of like, now that I know that they can reach down that far with the well's bucket, kind of like that there's aquifer around the bottom of the well, because it makes it much more difficult for the well to actually run out of water. I don't know if that it can. I suppose the aquifer could probably run out eventually. Looks like it's full of water, yeah. Well, well, well. Oh boy. Oh boy. Why? What happened this time? It kind of looks like it just stopped being a spar. Oof. She's breaking down the door again. She has like a grudge against the door to the barracks. I guess as long as she's attacking the door, she's not attacking other dwarves. Oh boy. She went back to trying to start a fist fight. This appears to kind of just be a side effect of having her around. You know what? I'm gonna check her combat skills. Novice Speardorf. You know what? Novice Dodger. She's at least started to learn things. She's a great observer. Oh. It wasn't right, Karen not having one, eh? You've given 31 gift subs. You're awesome, Clicky. I do very much appreciate the support from all of you. I love doing this. You don't even know how that happened. There were 7 people in here, you gifted 10 subs, and Karen didn't get one. Yeah, it's really weird. I feel like it's probably not displaying some of the people that are in here or something like that. Which is weird, because if people are logged in, then... She felt loathing dwelling upon being beaten. And why are you starting another fist fight? That is how it happened, girl. You know, when she's done throwing her tantrum, I will be sending her out, basically. Like, I hope she's not injured herself, because she will be going out after the goblins. Her head bears a massive jagged scar. Her left lower leg bears a very short straight scar. Her left eyelid bears a massive straight scar. Yeah, the only time she's actually gotten damaged is because she finally got held responsible in the way that dwarves do. Why should I help, she says. Things are kind of just getting worse and worse. She grabbed the Fisher Dwarf by the upper left back teeth. Oh. Thank you very much, Arm. Hematite ring. We have another thing for our display shelf. This random room is worth so much. Okay, we have a lot of rings. It was a hematite ring? It is missing. I wonder if it's because it's in a... Nope, there it is. Even though it is in a bin, we could find it. Has LL started to collect skulls as trophies yet? Not quite yet. But surely she will be. Surely she will be soon enough. I'm about to send her out. She's having another tantrum. I think I just need her to go somewhere else with that. Missions. They're still out there on that mission, so you know what? I'm gonna send her out there too. She can go assist them. Instead of certain fist fights over here. I put on a superior item. I am not contented. She was content being near to a waterfall, though. Didn't think anything of that. See, she technically is heading off with a squad. She's not waiting for them, is she? They can either go with her or not. That is the direction she is headed. She was thinking of all the people she could drown in the mist generator. The waterfall, yeah. If anybody could find a way, it would be her. It would indeed. The entire time that she was locked up in prison, her entire squad was practicing without her. So hopefully they can at least keep up with her. And the fort can get a little bit of peace while she's not here. Then delete the task down there. Kind of just want to make sure that we get rid of the aquifer directly above there. Then the rest of it, we can just seal it off. Do you know how insane that sounds? She spent time in the jail so people can get good enough to keep up. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. At 16 years old, that dwarf was a legendary fighter. She is on a different level. I don't even know, like... I've had dwarves who, as children, lost their parents before. Like, it's very sad. It's very sad. I have not seen one respond like she has. Like, she took that shit personal. She is the limit. Exactly. She is setting the new standard. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing that dwarves did, but she's on a revenge mission. If anyone's gonna wipe out these goblins, it's her. She's got a grudge. Like, not even something to prove. If anybody wants to end those goblins, it's her. Look at all these dwarves she put in the hospital, man. Oh. Some of them were probably fighting each other, too. Moderate bruising. Well, that's rough, buddy. Kind of keep canceling the digging. It's like, well, we do need to finish this. I think I will have them make some glass doors. That's another thing that we've been making out of rocks. Can we not make doors out of glass? Apparently not. You can make so many things out of glass, but... maybe it's a portal. I don't know. Do we want to make random portals? All limestone, which they're not going to be building things out of. Damp stone, do you think? There has to be a setting somewhere where I can let it know, like, yes, I mean to be digging through an aquifer right now. I've just kind of been too lazy to find it, basically. See, is it still leaking down here? It still looks like it's leaking for sure. How long do I normally stream this game? I've been going for like 2 hours at a time lately. Oh, I don't have DF hack, yeah. Looking at damp digging is for sure DF hack. I've heard a few good reasons to have DF hack on. The biggest selling point for me is, as it is currently, we can't do anything when our animals end up injured. And I don't like not having a vet, basically. It just kind of makes me sad. Oh, did we get anything out of that hype train? We normally get emotes and stuff, don't we? DFHack has a fix for that. The biggest reason you found is birds getting stuck in the sky? The biggest reason you found for... For what? What do the birds do? DFHack is, it's a mod, basically. But from what I understand, it does a whole bunch of things, and it gives you a whole bunch of options, basically. Versus, like, adding stuff, necessarily. A utility program. See, I hadn't heard that term when it comes to modding before. It runs alongside of DF, that's made by the guy that they hired for the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress. Okay. So that's like about as close to an official mod. It's not a mod, fair. Did he make the utility program before he was hired for the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress? Or after? That would be my question. And yeah, I kind of just haven't used it, so I don't know much about it. They hired him because of his work on it. Okay. So yeah, he showed his familiarity. See, I like that attitude. I like that attitude from somebody making games. If people are doing good work for your game, then reward them. Like, come on. It just makes sense. Alright, it looks like less of a leak in there now. I wonder if we have to remove the dirt. Or if that'll just drain over time. You were Googling, and from what you can tell, it's the same kind of thing as Cheat Engine, but specifically designed from the ground up to work explicitly with Dwarf Fortress out of the box. Seems very cool. It's more focused on fixes than cheats, but there's a few good cheats. But it runs more similar to Cheat Engine. Fair. But that's more like the style of it versus a typical mod. I think I've seen it in like a few YouTube videos as far as like what I've seen visually of it. Another one wanting to join us. Kind of just like to accept. I've only had a few circumstances where I've been like, should I though? Because like a bunch of goblins were trying to join the fort. That was a bit of a fun situation. Chaos is fun. If you've played this game, you know that. Even if you haven't played this game, you know that. You know it deep down. You like chaos. What would we do without it? Dying is fun. Still water down here. We've cleared out above it. Still water down there. think I'm just going to replace these with stone walls. So we've got to have a few blocks by now. Should just be able to flatten out anything else. Yeah. Just like these here. Curious why it's taking so long to raise Shotfly. We kind of just went for it, but we sent quite a few squads. Still figuring out the outgoing when it comes to the Siege update, like how much they've changed. I know that they have changed stuff, for sure. So we should just be able to block these off and not have it leak anymore. Alright, we're finally going through the bird room. That bird room was crowded. If you haven't seen it yet. This is after animals have been taken out of it. Not done there yet. How about down here? We kind of just digging right now, but this is what dwarves do. This is what we do. Got like 4 minutes left that I planned to stream today. So how are we all doing? How is your Monday? How's the beginning of your week going? Yes. Well, it's Tuesday, so now you know how your Monday was. That's why I say, how was your Monday? Ah, man, they blocked that one in. There's literally a recording. If I didn't enunciate was fully enough, then that's my bad, but okay. Your week's been okay so far, fair enough. This is good. We got tantruming dwarves. Well, the main tantrumer, is gone currently. We're calling her the local legend. She's been a problem since she was a child and she just hit adulthood. But the hope is that unleashing her on the goblins will be a healthy alternative for our dwarves. She's not a problem, she's been the whole problem. Yeah, she actually was more of a threat to us than the goblin raids were. And we are surrounded by goblins right now. We could have called her the problem child. Actually, we have toys in every tavern and in other various places. We have a misgenerator, we have chores turned off. Where is it? Yeah, children don't do chores. The reason is her mother died in about 105 during a goblin raid. And after that, she has always been in a constant state of internal rage since then. And yeah, she learned how to punch people in such a way that their spinal column ends up bruised. Just lock her in a room with a misgenerator, it doesn't matter, man. She's in a constant state of internal rage. She actually can't get away from it. But we can send her away. Yeah, the reason is her history has made her very, very angry, but also very calm. She has a really weird description because she's in a constant state of internal rage, but she also is always calm. She always has a calm demeanor, I think was the description. Like, she's a dangerous combo. Actually, it was the hospital. She went into the hospital after dwarves that she had already beat up. Daycare is always one of your first priorities. Oh, actually, yeah, I do have, I have toys in the hospital as well because the children seem to like to hang out around the well. Yeah. In the tavern, we actually had 2 stockpiles, but they wanted more dance floor. And we've got this one down here now, too. And yeah, she spent a lot of time playing with puzzle boxes and toys. For a while, we had some of the, like milking and stuff like that. Simple stuff. Just to have a few skills. But I ended up turning that off just because she was such a menace. And occasionally she would end up in places that were kind of inconvenient because she was hauling stuff around. She wanted to learn planting, but then she'd throw a tantrum in with the plants and be throwing stuff. Make it a very dangerous work environment for the planters. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. She's actually the most interesting thing that has happened in this fort. Man, why have they still not made a fucking door? There's water pouring out down here, guys. Y'all might want to take care of that. It's an indoor pool at this point. It's still at 1, so we're fine, But also, it's like, what have you fools been doing? Alright, we got this sealed up here. They still haven't made a door. Like, a single door. We have stone, for sure. Can I make it out of clay? Can we just make a clay door? I would like to stop needing rocks constantly. You know? I need them for blocks too, man. I'm gonna dig up this whole mountain. End up with limonite anyway. It's called a portal, okay. So that actually is... See, I didn't want to have them making some random shit if I didn't know what it was. The portals actually are... Let's make it green glass, why not? Doesn't actually teleport stuff. Important note, they should have added that. Magic does exist in this universe. You actually do have to specify that. Chests and coffers, yeah. It's weird. I have mixed feelings about it. I find it adorable because, of course, dwarves would have different names for things for different materials and be very pedantic about that. But also, it's annoying. Oh, it's annoying. Now, the reason I'm doing this, even though I'm pretty sure I'm past 2 hours at this point, is because, as you guys can see, I'm gonna forget if I don't. We just about had an indoor pool before I remembered that this floor was gonna be a pain. Smooth all that out. Would be cool if the text search was agnostic at least. Yes. Yes. Another thing. I would love if I could search doors. Having to go by alphabetical. Ooh. Ooh. See, this is probably just another reason. DFAC. Yeah. I knew it! That was the answer. DFAC. Fine. Fine, I'll look into it. I'll look into it. Enough of you have brought up things that would be useful to have. I think the biggest thing for me is still the vet, though. I would like to be able to treat the animals. It's just, it's not right that we can treat the dwarves. We can recognize that the animals are injured, but we can't treat them. That sucks. And yeah, this is why I say you guys, I'm not trying to call you out in specific. The one thing with DF Hack is that it gives you immense power that you need to use in moderation. Fair. Never use the reveal command. What's the reveal command? You're addicted to teleport. Honestly, understandable. Once you can, why wouldn't you? Reveal shows you undug tiles. Ew. Yeah, that would be a pain. Teleport doors being stupid. Yeah, see, that's the kind of thing that I know that I would probably instantly use as soon as I see a dwarf in the water or up in a tree stuck for some reason or something like that. Move rocks out of your aquifers. Yeah. You can hardcore mode lock that stuff. See, I feel like for the most part, I should be able to keep myself in line with that. I tend to, when I have access to cheats in a game, I tend not to use them. But certain quality of life stuff, like text search for dwarves would be awesome. I need a whole bunch of blocks. Thinking about stealing somebody's walls. I think I'm gonna steal somebody's walls. Sorry, guys. It turns out we needed these. Sorry, bro. Full heal on every paper guy. Yeah, see, I couldn't. Because then I'm not playing the game anymore. But also, I get you, though, because I was actually pretty disappointed that our local legend, the Terror, ended up injured from a beating because they were finally held responsible for their actions. It's like, really? She doesn't get a scratch on her entire childhood. Training up to be a legendary fighter. Like, legendary fighter by 16 years old, not a scratch on her. First day as an adult, kills somebody and gets a beating. It's tempting, especially when you get invested in a dwarf, you know? I feel like playing with you guys, too, that will keep me honest as well. As you guys can see, I mean, Arm was here for the one, like, reload that I've had to do. You'll shame me. Yeah, chat accountability, exactly. You guys can hold me accountable. But yeah, the one time that I, basically just reloaded was because I made a really dumb mistake that shouldn't have happened. And I lost like 2 hours of progress, so I was duly punished. Yeah, I got distracted for a second while the well was being refilled, and things flooded and a bunch of doors fell into the well and died, and this is why I'm building this, by the way. Because I realized if something happens and we end up with like a dwarf falling down the well or something like that, we don't have a way of emptying the well other than drinking the water. It's like a few seconds. 2 hours of work gone. Like, I was punished enough for that. Man, I've been doing stuff too. I don't even remember what all I got done. I think it was the butcher, the new butcher area connected to the farm. What's that, lassie? You just fell down the well. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. It was several children, too, because for some reason they all love to play around the well. It was horrible. We had just been looking like, oh, what interesting characters. He never becomes angry due to something that the local legend caused. He is generally unhindered by the thoughts of others concerning his actions. We do have a bit of a clothing problem in this fort. I've made it more efficient several times. They're definitely making lots of yarn. It's this part that they seem to struggle with. I might just have them make more clothing each time. Because it looks like we are starting to build stuff up with the settings that I had it on. Okay. Guys, we kind of just need to get this done. Water at location, yes. Yes. But not for long. Just wait until it's one again. This is a lot of water. This is a lot of water. Ooh, there we go. There we go. And suspend manager is amazing. Which is that? Is it for situations like that where it's not letting me do something that I should be able to? It's just another DFAC feature, fair. Yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to learn what all the different words mean, basically. Anybody managed to make a door yet? There, we got a portal. We can turn it into an aquarium, at the very least. Clean owned. See, I know that there is one for, like, there are certain games that they start just inexplicably lagging, and it's generally because something insane is happening down in the caverns that haven't even been discovered yet. This is another reason I've heard of DFHack, is, like, clearing stuff like that. Clean owned is one of those commands you run on cooldown. Fair. Fair. If that is what it sounds like, where, it runs daily with Taylor at Fair, yeah. That is one of the things that it can be weirder about. Now, to see if the aquifer is actually just coming from above. If so, that's going to be a bit of a problem. They did actually manage to get the door placed. It still feels like the water is spreading. Oh boy. Yeah, I think it's just leaking down. We will figure that out next time. Just gonna do the thing that I always do and leave a big old problem for next time. I think there's an aquifer above it. Like, it's an aquifer that spans several different levels. See, I thought that, like, clearing down into the area would help, but it's kind of maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Auto mod got you. I'll let that through. Get fucked, future me. That is real as fuck. Yeah, we'll solve that. We'll make our... You know what? The dwarves that have been waiting to do some digging, they're just gonna have some work. That's what that means. It's lovely to see some new faces. I hope to see you again. Follow if you haven't already. Thank you, thank you. It was lovely gaming with you all, and I hope to do it again soon. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, a marvelous time zone,